Welcome back, everyone, to Offside Culture. We're in here, 2026. We've wrapped up a what we think is a successful 2025 with launching the pod. But we're in a new year, we're in a new phase. We have some exciting updates for you all. So, welcome back. Happy New Year. Good to have you all with us.
Yeah, welcome back, guys. It's going to be an interesting episode for two reasons.
Okay.
One of us actually got to go see Prem live.
Yes.
And secondly, for the clubs that we both support. Some interesting news has been dropped on us in the last week.
I know. Shay was laughing at me when Maresca was sacked a couple weeks ago, almost a week ago, and then guess what happened? Like literally 3 days later.
Amarim's gone. So we're definitely going to discuss that. And yeah.
Let's kick off.
So, Bob, you got to go to London, spend some time there.
Yeah.
You got to watch two Prem games.
Yeah.
It was what, the Fulham Forest game,
Correct.
and of course you had to watch it.
I had to, and I'll be quite transparent. Tickets are extremely expensive. I can understand when fans complain about ticket prices because you pay so much to watch your team draw or lose. It sucks, but ticket prices were very expensive. But I did manage to catch two games, the Fulham and the Forest game, as you said, and definitely, yeah, the Chelsea-Bournemouth game. My first time watching Premier League live ever. So it was a dream come true, definitely.
Yeah, so let's just get into it,
Yeah, sure.
Obviously the Fulham Forest game happened before Chelsea Bournemouth. Take us back to the moment you got to the stadium. What were the vibes? What hit you most?
So I'm not too familiar with London. I do know that Fulham was in West London, and so the first and the foremost thing to do is just make sure you get off at the right station. I don't want to take the station to Crystal Palace, you know. So we made sure I was with my wife and my sister, so I made sure that we obviously got to the right place. You knew you were in the right place when the fans in the train already wearing the Fulham scarves.
Oh, vibe started
The
out.
vibe starts quite early, especially closer to the station that you need to get off. There's abundance of fans, and it's almost like sardines because everyone's just getting off the train, getting down the stairs, and from then onwards, it's like walking your way with the pack, with the Fulham fans from the station to the stadium. It was about like a 10-15 minute walk. We walked to the stadium, they checked our bags, they checked our tickets, and we entered. Craven Cottage is on the bank of the River Thames, so it's a very beautiful stadium. It's small.
They've recently updated or done upgrades to the stadium as well.
They've done upgrades to some of the Fulham ends, so some of the home fans get like better padded seats and things like that. So that's quite cool. Not all. So we were unfortunate to not get those seats.
You're on budget.
We were on budget for sure. But very, very cool atmosphere. Fulham fans are, I wouldn't say raucous. They are super timid. They
on the posh side.
They are. So Fulham is West London. So it's just like you can see there is a lot of class with the fans. The fans aren't overly rowdy. The fans aren't overly ambitious. So it's easygoing. It's smooth. You get in, you can chat to a couple of the locals, but overall, Craven Cottage is such a cool, cozy stadium. We sat really close to the goals. So we sat behind Bert Leno when the game started. So we were cheering him on as part of the Fulham fans. I am a Chelsea fan, but I was a Premier League fan when I went to London.
You gotta go with it.
I went with intention.
Speaking about fans, I was just gonna ask, like, how's the banter, the chants? What's the vibes like being in the stands with the fans?
I mentioned that the Fulham fans are super chill. So they'll cheer their team on when the team needs cheering. But the Forest fans are a bit crazy.
I guess it's yeah, away fans.
Forest fans are so yes, as you said, it's the away fans, so it's the hardcore fans.
Yeah.
Those guys were screaming, those guys were cheering, those guys were really trying to rally their team on. A couple of the fans actually got escorted by the
Oh,
guards because they were
too.
swearing and too rowdy, and then swearing the guards. So the guard actually escorted this one old dude out the stadium. We laughed at that. We were actually sitting next to the Forest fans. So it was the Forest
Okay, so
fans to the left of
you
us.
got a nice vibe in
Yeah,
between.
yeah. But that's why I say it was interesting for me because the Forest fans were louder than the Fulham fans, and
Yeah.
I'll be honest with that. But for a Premier League experience, top notch. Really enjoyed it.
Before we go on, what was the actual score of the game?
So the game ended 1-0 to Fulham.
Fulham.
Raul Jimenez converted a pen on the other end. So it was in the first half. So we saw it from far.
Yeah.
Fulham fans did go wild. It was as the game and the scoreline suggests, it was tight. It was slightly boring.
Yeah.
I think from a personal experience, though, I was more consumed by just
Being there
yes,
and experiencing everything.
exactly, just by being present. So for me, I didn't analyze the game too much in terms of how boring, um, how cagey the game was.
Yeah.
It was more of, gosh, I'm still taking it all in. It's 90 minutes, but I'm at a Prem game for the first time ever. I've seen a goal live. Towards the last 20 minutes of the game, the Forest did start pushing.
Yeah.
So that's when people were getting off their seats a bit. Game slightly became a bit more edgy. I remember Callum Hudson-Odoi had a good chance to equalize. Bird Leno made a great save at the end there.
Okay, so it was decent vibes,
It was-
but I guess it can't compare to obviously the Chelsea game.
Not at all.
I was watching the game from home.
The Chelsea game or
The Chelsea game.
Okay, yeah.
So I know that it ended 2-2.
Yeah.
It started off with a banger.
Oh my days.
But let's hear from your side. Like,
Yeah.
how is it different actually being at a game compared to watching it on TV?
Ah,
What's your opinion on
it's such a big difference, man. I really think that an atmosphere and the culture of a football club is defined by the fans at the stadium.
right?
When we here in South Africa watching a game, sometimes we get frustrated by the team, maybe.
Yeah.
But I think that frustration is like, or that emotion that we feel on like a tiny basis here in South Africa, it's like amplified like
Right.
1,000 times in the stadium.
Because
You feel it. You feel it. So when I see like Chelsea playing a bit of a backwards football, like I can get a bit disjointed. I grunt and I get a bit angry. But in the stadium, it's everyone around you.
Because I mean, it's not just you alone.
Exactly.
It's, all these fans
All these fans.
saying the same thing.
And that creates a certain emotion in the stadium, but that's like a bit more lasting.
Yeah.
And I think I could sense that Enzo Maresca would have gotten sacked in the game because I was watching that game. There were certain elements of the game where the crowd was just not happy with him. When we played the lap instead of João Pedro, it was everyone around me was talking about that. Why? When Cole Palmer got substituted on the 60th, instead of playing through the game when we were not winning,
Right.
the whole stadium started chanting, "You don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you do." I was just like, I was taken aback by that. Wow. But it's so evident to see that the emotion that's present in the stadium is almost transmitted across through the club. It's that energy that you feel at the stadium that makes you think, goodness gracious, Maresca's job is on the line.
Yeah.
And when he did get sacked,
I mean, you did call it. We briefly spoke after the game.
Yeah.
And you mentioned that Maresca was getting
Yeah.
rants and
Yeah, it was.
Next thing you know,
Yes. I mean, he didn't even attend the press conference. But just to answer your question, just in terms of the experience, when you watch football on TV, it almost looks like the stadium is massive and the pitch is massive. And like everything is so zoomed out, or you have like a bird's eye view of when you're watching the game
On TV.
on
Yeah.
TV, that it's like, wow, this the stadium must be,
Extremely
extremely
huge.
huge. When you get to the stadium, yes, don't get me wrong, it's a marvel. It's like beautiful and it is large. But the closer you get to the pitch,
Right.
in reality, it's like, wow, some of these guys are actually like
Right there.
right there, my height, like my size. I'm looking at them, I'm like, at one stage, I kid you not, Shay, I thought, play me at left back for 5 minutes. play,
Oh, Marco Correa out here.
play me at left back for 5 minutes, please. I could do a job. I could do a job. It's such a different feeling.
It's almost like the players eat up the
Yeah,
field because speaking from personal experience,
yeah,
playing 11 aside is
yeah.
rough.
It's crazy. Okay.
It's mad. After the game, I am broken.
Yeah, yeah,
So for you to mention this and it puts into perspective how fit
but
and spatial awareness
yes, yeah.
of these players are. It's crazy.
It's crazy that, and when you watch the game, the team or the tactics of the team kind of make the pitch look smaller.
Yeah, I was
The
just
way they
that,
defend.
that's what I was actually going to hint towards. Is it obvious
Yeah,
when you can see that there are certain tactics in play?
yeah,
We say park the bus.
yeah,
Obviously, it hasn't
yeah,
happened
yeah,
recently,
yeah, yeah,
but is it obvious when you
yeah.
actually at the stadium?
Yeah, it's so much more obvious. It's like, but also as fans, and I can only explain from the Chelsea perspective because that's the games and the tactics and stuff I watch a lot more versus
Yeah,
Fulham, right?
you were a lot
Um,
more
aware of that
invested also.
exactly. So when I see the gameplay, I can immediately tell you, oh, this is okay, this is this tactic. This is the inverted fullback.
Yeah,
These are the defenders being separated by the goalkeeper so that there's space to play from the back out. This is Caicedo or Reece James dropping in between the center. Like
trying to
the
fetch.
tactics are way more
You
clear.
can notice runs being
The,
made.
you can notice space more.
Oh,
I'm telling you, there were times where I was like, why aren't they playing Palmer faster?
yeah,
Why he's in space? When we watch it on TV, it almost feels like all the teams know Palmer's game, right?
yeah,
It feels like they know that they can't give him too much space as the 10.
yeah.
They can't give him they can't let him turn too much, force him back and retrieve at the halfway line. But when you're at the game, you watch things not just where the ball is, you're watching the entire game.
You can see the full
Sometimes his
picture.
runs are crazy good. Sometimes the runs are there. The team needs to find him faster. It's the same with like Esteval.
Yeah,
He was he was amazing that game. Like I swear to God, I fell in love with that guy that game. He was so good. Left wing, right wing, shimmy, dropped shoulder, take on players. It was like I wish his final ball was a bit better. But I could see Enzo Fernandez. I could see Palmer get into the right positions. It's a different experience. It was amazing to see. It does bring out a different perspective of the game that I thought, yo, you know what? There's times where I was like, gosh, Malagusto, play that ball faster.
yeah.
Reese, turn and drive.
From what it sounds, it's way more exciting because
Way more exciting.
I'm not gonna lie. This season, there's been games where
It's a snooze fest.
yeah, you switch off, you go on your phone.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
No,
But at a stadium, there's no one on their phones. I'm assuming.
no. In fact, everyone's invested.
Yeah.
You're sitting around season ticket holders.
Right.
These guys are fans that are passionate.
They're there for the
Yeah.
whole season.
The guy,
in and
the,
out.
the guy next to me, right? The guy next to me has been a season ticket holder in his family for 40 years.
Oh,
40 years
that's older than both of us.
together,
Yeah.
right? So, I mean, I was just like, okay, not together. Maths is not maths. So. But the guy next to me, and you can see how passionate he was because his whole vibe since I met him was Enzo Maresca out.
Oh,
Enzo Maresca out. This manager does not know what he's doing. And I was just like, yo, we just got here. We haven't even started the game. Like, that's your vibe. So definitely way more exciting, way more investment. And especially if it's your team, man.
yeah.
Your team is
So
going to be
I feel like almost you kind of also saying that the fans really do influence the game as well.
amazing, bro. It's like it's ridiculous how much the fans influence the game. It's as if the owners heard all the chants in the game and acted in that same day.
Ooh.
That's what
Because
it felt like.
yeah, because I mean, the players thank the fans afterwards.
Yeah,
From afar it looks like they're just doing something nice.
yeah.
But when you speak about it, it genuinely feels like the fans are the 13th player.
I'll tell you my experience of exactly what you're saying now. So because I'm sitting with a whole lot of season ticket
Yeah.
holders, and these guys are passionate fans, and passionate fans don't always mean that they support the team. It means, yes, they support when they can, but if they're upset with a performance, that's the emotion in the reality.
Oh,
So when the game ended 2-2,
yeah.
the guys next to me were, and before the game ended, they were like, nah, let's all leave. So everyone left. And in that moment, I didn't know what to do. So I also started leaving. But then, like halfway up the stairs, I was like, I didn't come all the way
To
from South
leave early.
Africa to, yes, to London to watch my team play, even though they drew, to leave early and not watch them at the end, at least applaud the fans. So I
Yeah.
went back down and um, I managed to go to the bottom of my seating, not all the way to the bottom, because I was on like the second tier. So I went to the bottom of the second tier and I watched them applaud the fans. And the fans that are loyal stayed and appreciated the players coming around. But exactly what I was mentioning, it's that emotion, that raw emotion, is really what you feel in the stadium, and that's fans not being happy, fans leaving early with a 2-2 draw, by the way. So
Yeah, it was
crazy.
definitely an exciting
It
game.
was an exciting game for the neutral, which I sort of was. I was really I was sad that we didn't win. But as I said, like I was a Premier League fan
Yeah,
most of this trip more than a Chelsea
right.
fan. Yeah.
Just one more thing.
Yeah.
You mentioned Esteval was amazing. I was gonna ask who else stood out. We talk about big names like Cole Palmer and things like
Yeah.
that, but in person, who actually stood out?
Can I be honest with you? And it's gonna be a name that you probably wouldn't ever think I'd mention.
Okay.
Liam Delap.
Oh, oh,
Yeah. And I'll tell you why, man. Because I was noticing the game. As you say, you watch the game a bit more.
right.
You have a full perspective of
Already, my opinion when you mentioned Liam Delap is he's a bench player.
ex-
He doesn't do enough for the team,
that's the
misses chances. Like that's what I see
that's
on
the thing.
TV, or well, that's what's broadcasted, right?
But in the game, he wasn't given enough chances.
Ooh.
So he made a few great runs. He held up the defenders really well. Like you've got Senesi, you've got Bournemouth have a decent
Yeah,
defense.
they got a quality side.
Yeah, so he held up play really well. There were times where he was chesting it off to Palmer. I thought his hold up play was insane. I thought his diagonal runs from goal kicks was nuts because Sanchez would launch the ball to him.
Yeah,
And I think 7 out of 10 headers he won and controlled. So I've never seen him play like that on TV.
yeah.
And exactly your opinion of him was mine. But that game, he really stood out to me. But most, most influential player that game was Esteval, and he was an absolute marvel to watch. He was so amazing, bro. He reminded me of, like, dare I say it? He reminded me of like an Eden Hazard.
Oh,
He dropped shoulders. He launched players. He left players on the floor. He was positive in his runs. Oh my goodness gracious. He was so much fun to watch. I really, really like him.
It's crazy. Like, imagine we decided to go, let's say 5, 6 years ago when
Yeah.
Eden Hazard was in
Oh,
his
man.
prime.
Oh.
Do you not regret doing this earlier? And I guess, I mean, the last thing I wanted to end off was so basically watching Prem live
Yeah.
really does live up to hype.
Yeah.
And I mean, do you feel your money was well spent in the end then?
Um, I'm 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 not a great person to ask how to spend, like, if you're asking how to spend money, I'm not the greatest person to ask. I'm not good at that stuff. But I do love by, rather making memories than saving money. So for me, if it if it had to cost me double what I paid, I would have done it because it's been a dream of mine. And I can be honest on air, like tickets are expensive.
Yeah.
For one ticket to go to watch the Chelsea game, it probably set me back about 4.5 grand.
Do you know how much a season ticket actually is?
It's £6,000.
Sheesh.
£6,000, which roughly translates to
Oh,
like 150,000 rand,
oh,
which is a
damn.
lot of money for people to put up,
Yeah.
which is also why I can understand when fans
Fine.
get like super pressed, because at the end of the day, they're paying a lot of money for tickets. They want to see their teams perform.
Yeah, day in, day out. You're not just wasting your cash,
Correct.
time.
Correct. The bigger the club, the more expensive the tickets. The Fulham game, it cost me the same amount or similar amount for 3 tickets.
Oh,
So
okay.
the Chelsea game was way
Yeah.
more expensive. Look, I might be mistaken. I don't know if I had to buy tickets earlier, maybe, or whatever. But
What
that's
this
my
is your
measure. Yeah,
experience.
that's my measure, and no regrets. I'm doing it again, Shay. We've got to do it for the pod.
Yeah.
We definitely have to watch Prem.
And let's not forget that you spent a bag at the Chelsea store. How was that
Oh
experience?
wow, man. Chelsea's so
Seeing
cool.
everything about your club, everything and anything you want is there.
Yeah, look, the the biggest thing about yeah, it was a holistic experience. My goodness gracious. The mega store is huge. It's 2 floors.
Ooh,
It's huge. There's a women's section, there's a retro section. So they have like a section where you have all these retro kits.
yeah.
Just brings me back like Gianfranco Zola vibes,
Oh,
Viali vibes, like
back in the
back
day
in the day. I did spend a little bit of money on getting some stuff that I don't think we get online or in
in South
SA.
Africa, yeah.
Great experience. I bought a scarf. I bought a Reece James scarf. He's our captain,
You had to
Yeah,
get a match day
I
scarf.
had to
That
get a match day scarf. Nostalgia everywhere as I entered the club. There's like these plaques of all the great players around the
the
stadium.
stadium.
There's like Drogba. I took a picture with the Drogba one and his famous
Yeah.
wing
Cele-
celebration. There's like obviously John Terry, Lampard, Ashley Cole, Ivanovic is there.
Oh,
Crazy. Peter Cech is not there, but
wow.
Ivanovic is. I thought that
I guess
was
it's
kind of
because
interesting.
Czech went to Arsenal, so
Damn.
maybe that
That's
dented.
so hectic. But yeah, he's still a club legend. But oh, bro, amazing experience.
Now, I would hate to kill this vibe,
Oh gosh, bro.
but we do need to get into
Yeah.
the real things now. And like we mentioned earlier, the new year started off with a bang.
Yeah.
Started off Maresca getting sacked.
Yeah. Well,
I thought that was surprising.
okay, couple comments already. I don't know if you saw the press conference that he did before the Everton game about 3 weeks ago.
I didn't.
So in the press conference after we beat Everton at home 2-0,
Yeah.
he spoke to the journalist and he mentioned something along the lines of, that being the worst 48 hours he's ever experienced at the club. And when he was questioned about it again, um, he said the fans were fine and the players were fine, which is great, but then that only leaves two other sources of why it shouldn't be, or why things weren't going well, and that is the hierarchy or the journalists. So journalists are things that the the club has to deal with anyway. So most people ruled journalists out, and everyone was already speculating that there was tension between Maresca and the hierarchy.
Well, I think it was around that time when there were rumors that City had shortlisted him to replace Pep. So already there was build up in the media, as you said, the journalists.
There was another breakthrough or rumor going around saying that he had interviewed as a potential replacement for the Juventus coach, to become the Juventus coach.
Oh.
So that was another thing swirling in the air, speculation. So look, these things are a bit, I guess, distorted, and that created a bit of anxiety. So fast forward 2, 3 games later, when at the stadium after the Chelsea Bournemouth game, he didn't do the press conference. He left and said he was ill.
Yeah,
that's when most people knew.
They already knew something was up. And look, we did, I think it was our last episode, we spoke that December is generally a tough time.
Yeah.
And it's a telling time to most clubs of
Correct.
how their season's going to end.
Correct.
And unfortunately, Chelsea again have struggled. They started or they entered December second in the table with some decent results.
Yeah.
But now the December period is packed with
Yeah.
games, players get injured. And I think that's another point that's not widely told, where Maresca had to be managing players' times.
Correct.
Which is weird. As a manager, he should know his players. He already knows what's up.
Yeah, exactly. Look, there was another factor that ties in really well into what you're saying, in that he was advised by the medical team to reduce the amount of minutes for certain players, which he was against. So,
I mean, obviously, he needs to get results, and now you're being told one thing.
and the players are telling you that, look, they're fine to play, but the medical staff are not. Who do you listen to? There's a bit of chaos there. But it does then come to who runs the show. Is it Maresca or is it the board? And it's clear that it's the board, because as a Chelsea fan, to not acknowledge a coach that was not that well experienced in the Prem to get you top 4, to win the Club World Cup, to win the Conference League, despite like us, I mean, we had to win the Conference League. We did it,
Yeah, it was.
To not acknowledge all that he's done and give him the benefit of the doubt, considering that we were competing in all the competitions still. We weren't knocked out of the FA Cup, we're in the semis. We weren't knocked out of the Carabao Cup, we're still competing. We are still on for top 8 in Champions League, and we were only 5th in the Premier League with those shaky results. You had to have given him time, in my opinion. It just goes to show.
The reason why I was laughing at you was United haven't been getting the results. We're not in Champions League, we're not in Carabao Cup. All of these things were contrasting to Maresca, and I thought to myself, how on earth does Ruben Amorim still have a job? And then he speaks out, like you just mentioned, he speaks out against the board.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, he also gets sacked.
It's mirror images of each other, isn't it? It's the coaches showing a bit of, I would say, feistiness. A bit of disagreement.
They're showing that, they're there to do a job.
And they're not being...
And Amorim actually mentioned it. He said he's not a coach, he's a manager.
Yeah.
He needs to be treated like that, and you need to trust him to do his job. He's going to do his job till his contract ends. And if you don't like it, you have to sack him. And that's exactly what happened.
Okay, but wait, before, did he do his job? I mean, the big question, and as you said, the difference between the Chelsea United situation, and it's a good time to maybe compare even models with other clubs. But the biggest difference is that you you guys have consistently not been getting results. Or have you? Is that your opinion?
Look, it over again. It's December. We were struggling against games I think we should have won, like the Wolves game we drew, Everton we lost, West Ham we drew.
Leads you drew.
We drew to Leeds in that last game. Like, yeah, these are teams sitting at the bottom or teams. Look, I feel personally that Leeds are coming into a good patch, so it was difficult.
But you are Manchester United.
But exactly, the identity is the problem. And as much as I want to say that it's been an improvement from last season, we were 15th, we were losing every single game.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's definitely an improvement. We currently sixth in the league, level on points with Chelsea. Yes, we could have been higher if we won those last few games. But my thing is, you backed him going into the season. There was apparently talks previously that his style doesn't suit Manchester United, yet the board decided to back him. Okay, we go into the season. Now, midway through the season, you sack him. Like, there's confusion, and the issue is now that another rebuild needs to happen.
I feel you, man.
So this
I feel
club,
you.
I even if Ruben wasn't getting the exact results or getting the attacking fantastic football that United is known for,
Mm.
he was still improving on what had been there. And at most, they should have given him till the end of the season.
Yeah, there's no point sacking a coach.
What is the point? You bring in an interim manager. Look, we'll get into that, but what's the point now?
So do you think that the decision to sack Amarim was rash based on the comments he made in the press conference before, and then the club not looking at the season holistically? Or do you think maybe there's an ulterior motive here to show who's really in charge of the club? Like, surely for huge organizations like Chelsea and Manchester
Yeah.
United, there's a bit of a broader perspective instead of just thinking in the immediate.
Short term.
Yeah, like this is what frustrates me because even with the Chelsea game, as I mentioned, it's like you feel the raw emotion and it's translated into the coach leaving within a day or two. With United, you see the raw emotion that he expresses in the press conference, and it results in the dude getting sacked the next day. Surely there's a board, surely there's a hierarchy that sit around a table and say, listen, guys, maybe he said this, maybe he said that. Let's unpack this with the manager.
Yeah, have an
Conversation.
But to answer your question, so I don't know too much about Chelsea.
Yeah.
You can answer that question
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well in
yeah.
a bit. But the whole Ineos way, I saw something on social media is they also own a club in the French league, niche.
Okay.
And with that club, in the last few years, they've gone through 8 managers. So it says something about the board. They are erratic. They just want
Do they really have a plan?
exactly. So that says something. But at the same time, don't get me wrong, Amarim has been asked to be playing a different system. He has multiple times said no, he is not changing his system.
Okay.
Which says a lot about him. And I feel like that's also a problem because in the Prem, football changes a lot and it's different to all the other leagues. Look at how Pep Guardiola has had to adapt his style of football year in, year out, and he makes it work.
Mm.
So, as much as the board is a major issue, Amarim was also
shaky.
part of the issue. And yes, I stand with him in terms of he was being forced to do things he didn't want to do.
Yeah.
But my thing is, give him till the end of the season. Like,
at least.
why now? It doesn't make sense.
It's unfortunate, and there's rumors that Sam Allardyce will take over.
Or
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
no,
I think it's Fletcher. Carrick apparently has been
you,
interested as
you
well.
want to know who's coming back? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Is it confirmed?
It's looking most likely that he's going to be caretaker till the end of the season, which I'm not totally against because under
You guys played
Oli,
well.
we really played well. He used the youth well. He played attacking.
Bruno back in the 10, great for FPL.
Kobe Mainu gets back into the team.
Oh,
So there
goodness.
is definitely plus sides to this.
Yes.
I just don't know where United finish now. I don't know if the club's going to go forward or backward. I don't know what's going to happen. It's like another 2-3 seasons before United fans can actually.
This is the frustrating, never-ending circle that we go through.
Yeah, because let's be honest, Chelsea have done the same thing.
Where
Enzo Fernandez has gone through what, six managers
in 3 seasons.
It's ridiculous.
It's crazy. Look, as a Chelsea fan, there's a bit of a difference in that we are used to recycling managers since the Roman days.
Yeah.
The difference is we used to recycle Carlo Ancelotti for Jose Mourinho, or Jose Mourinho for Antonio Conte, or Guess Hiddink.
And there's a pattern because all those managers won something.
Yeah.
And not just the FA Cup or
there was
a Champions League, there was a few Prems, okay, there was a few FA Cups in between.
Yeah. Dominance.
They were
consistently dominant
still.
So the difference is that the quality of manager that both United and Chelsea are bringing in these days is not the same as it used to be. The issue that I have with Chelsea at the moment is that if you are bringing an inexperienced manager, how do you expect him to become experienced if you don't give him the time to become experienced? It's the same with Amarim in a way. If we were fighting for his case, it was give him till the end of the season.
Yeah.
It's the same with Maresca, is give him till the end of next season to allow him to build his identity. And then Shay, like, ties up with modern football, and I want to bring to you the example that we constantly refer in Arsenal's Arteta and their system of play and how the board backs him. And if you speak to a few Arsenal fans and you ask them, would you prefer winning a couple Premier Leagues and maybe even throw in another domestic league, or substitute a Premier League for a Champions League in the last 6 years versus or having Arteta's style of play of consistency for the last 6 years? What would you choose?
Finishing second,
not
winning.
Constantly challenging, But what would you choose? And all of my Arsenal friends have said, I'd rather back Arteta. I'd rather have gone through what I have now.
I somewhat agree, to be honest. Because their style of football, okay, in the last 2 seasons it's become set pieces. But their style of football is good to watch. It was exciting for fans. It was, we are almost there. There was hope.
Yeah.
And yeah, it is shitty because they bottle it every time.
Yeah.
So I would hate to be an Arsenal fan. But on the other hand, United, for my sake, United don't even give me that.
Yeah.
We've won an FA Cup, Carabao Cup, whatever.
Yeah.
We've won things, but I am not excited to watch my team play. And that's an issue. I don't see an end goal. I don't see where the vision is. It's everywhere. It's haywire. So
basically, what I'm trying to say is that in order for you as a United fan to even envisage something, it takes time.
It needs consistency and time.
And this is what we are not seeing with both Chelsea and United, in that if you're going to back a manager, you've got to back the manager.
You've got to stick through the rough times
Exactly.
until it gets there.
Yeah.
And like I said, Amarim has made improvements. Yes, it might not be as quickly as the board wants, and hence why he got the sack. But he's working with what he has also. That's the other thing. The whole transfer market and getting the players that the manager actually wants. That's a whole different department and a whole nother factor that we haven't even spoken about, because that's what he complains about all the time.
Yeah.
Not getting the players he wants, and now obviously his system's not going to work.
Yeah.
But like you said, it needs time, it needs consistency, and we just haven't seen it with any of these past few managers.
Nope. And a part of me as a Chelsea fan feels like we won't. As you said, it's that emotion now of going through the feeling of, I need to now buy into the new philosophy. I need to buy into this new manager's way of working. I have to now have restored hope that things can go, and restored optimism
And
that things can go well.
already there's a lot of uncertainty because
Yeah.
it's a young manager, inexperienced. You don't know how he's going to deal with the squad.
Exactly. So,
And it's in the middle of the season. It's not like it's at the end when he can.
as a preseason,
Yeah, preseason, gets to buy players, work on the team.
it's frustrating currently being a Chelsea fan, as I'm sure it is being a United fan.
However, you guys have confirmed your
Liam
manager,
Rosenier, yes.
another Brighton
Oh
player.
gosh. Yeah, look,
I gotta mention.
we if there was a charity for Brighton Football Club, you would literally just have to call Clear Lake Capital, because we would fund everything. We are currently I don't how, like, a better way to say it, we're at Brighton's begging call. Like, we are just there for them to fund their lifestyle. But yes, he is an ex-Brighton player. He is an ex-Brighton youth coach as well. I don't know too much about him. What I do know is that he has worked under the Blueco Clear Lake Capital regime, because he was the coach for Strasbourg, who, for those who don't know, is a club owned by the same owners that own Chelsea. So he is familiar with what the board wants, how the ways of working, etc., etc. I hope he's not a yes man, but we'll see how it goes. Liam has worked with Rooney. Rooney backs him. Rooney's given some really good insight, and I found that quite interesting, because Wayne Rooney's quite a feisty character, quite hard to please. So,
But Wayne Rooney is also a shit manager.
True.
That was my only take. I did see that interview.
Yeah.
And from my perspective, it was sounding, good.
Sort of positive. Yeah.
Yeah, that Liam knows what he's doing in terms of coaching. But again,
This is
it's
big fish. Yeah.
what championship football, Derby County, and they didn't even get promoted.
Yeah.
It's hard to say.
It's hard to tell people, and even this is what I'm talking about. Like, I now need to convince you and myself that this dude is actually right for the job. And this is the emotion that I never, ever, ever, ever want to experience, because we are so used to Tuchel, Conte, Mourinho, Ancelotti, blah, 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 that now I must sit and convince myself that Liam Rosenier is an amazing coach for this job. I don't know this dude. I really don't. It I really wish him well. I do. I wish him the best, and I hope he can perform. I can only do that. But yeah, time will tell. We've got a game today against Fulham. I think you guys are also playing today, or is it tomorrow?
We're playing today. Darren Fletcher.
Wasn't he coaching his sons?
I mean, he was an under 18 or academy coach for some time, and his sons just broke into the first team.
So no, they didn't break in. They first team players now, 100%. Where do they play? the
Uh,
kids.
I think
Center.
fullbacks or centre backs. They're somewhere at the back,
Yeah,
and
so
I just know if you see them starting, it's not.
mm,
It's obviously
so the
obvious that
Fletcher boys are gonna control your defense for the rest of the season.
look, if they can get the job done, I'm not crying. All I want now is, to see Kobe Mainu
Oh
actually
yeah,
play some
jab
football,
again. Yeah, that
because that was the biggest problem with Amarim. He didn't trust the youth enough.
that and flexibility.
Yeah, like I said, he failed to adapt, and I'm hoping now,
Okay.
whether it's Fletcher or Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, they sort of know the club and the identity. So I'm hoping that there'll be some good football being played.
Yeah. Is that your biggest
Well, for now,
optimism for like with the new coaches is that Kobe's back, system changes a bit, more attacking football. What's like the biggest thing you're looking forward to despite the coach? Like as in
it's exactly that
okay,
there's going to be attacking football. Um, Players that you actually enjoy watching are going to get to play in their positions.
yeah.
Um, and I can't say that there's any predictions till the end of the season. Like, we have a United finish. I just hope they don't get relegated at this point.
Jeez. I wouldn't expect you to say that.
I mean, we finished 15th last season. It's not out of the question. It's just, and for now, I just want to see the team play well. That's all. I have no expectations whatsoever, because at this point, you don't know what to expect.
And
On your side,
oh, it's a tough one because I actually really enjoyed.
Mariska,
Yeah, I
yeah.
really enjoyed the way Maresca was playing. And a few weeks ago, we were the team beating Barcelona. We were the team down to 10 men, giving Arsenal a go. And now I'm sitting with the dilemma of I really don't know what to expect. But what I can say is they with watching a bit of Liam's tactical analysis is that there might be a rebirth of Andre Santos because he did really well under Liam at Strasbourg and was even in the Liga Player of the uh, t-
Team of the
team of the
season.
season. So he was there. So I mean that's like, and I rate Andre Santos a lot. So it would be nice to see. There won't be an inverted fullback. So it would be now a traditional 4-3-3,
Okay.
which is interesting because that means that we can play Reese in right back, let him bomb up the field. We got Caicedo's holding. I'd say Enzo and Andre Santos in the.
Did you not enjoy seeing Reece though in midfield? I
I
felt like it
did.
suited him.
I did. The thing with Reece James is that what I love about Reece James is that he's passionate in any position. You see him give 100%, but I do miss a lot of his quality crosses,
Right.
and we need that because João Pedro is now I would say not diminishing, but I say he's almost not at the quality we saw him when he first started the season, goal in, goal out every game. Now it's like we've been playing Delap a bit more. I don't know if Liam Rezani is going to play Delap or João Pedro, but box
Uh,
threat.
Apparently the lap has played under
Oh
Liam.
yes, at Hull.
Yeah. So again,
Well, there we
maybe
go. So there we go. And then you need quality crosses in the box. And then there's no one better in the Prem than Reece James.
Reece James.
So it would be good to see that rebirth of Reece James at right back. A bit of a bit of solidity in the midfield with Fernandez, Andre Santos, and Caicedo. That for me is very solid. I don't know how creative that is going forward though, and that's like a bit of a scare. If you're playing Esteval, Palmer, and a striker, or Palmer, Neto, and a striker with Esteval off the bench, it could be exciting. So let's see. I am a bit.
Don't know.
We don't. Yeah, I'm a bit 50-50. I already do miss
Mixed
Maresca.
feelings. Not entirely optimistic from your side, but yeah,
Big sigh. And look, I think we've spoken enough.
Thanks for listening to our rant if you made it this far.
Yeah, and we apologize for keeping it very Chelsea United. It was just very top of mind because we both are fans and they have both made headlines in the last week. We will resume to speaking a bit more holistically about football. We want to touch on AFCON too
Yeah,
next episode. Thanks for listening. Join us in the next episode. Give a
give us a
like,
follow.
subscribe, do all that jazz. And
Don't get caught offside.